hello, hello. Happy hump day. We're halfway through the week.
We are. It is so
Yes,
good to
yes,
be
yes.
here, good to be on. Just coming to share.
Yes, yes,
What's up,
everyone. We're just coming
everyone?
to check in with the leaders today, right, Miss Petaway? That's our time for today.
Yes,
We're here. We're leaders in our company, and we're here to just come and be a part of the leadership group. Because this time is really for childcare directors, for our admins, for our owners, for the assistant
yes,
directors, for the leaders, period, who spend time pouring into everyone else.
yes,
Because
yes, yes.
truthfully, leadership can feel lonely sometimes. We feel like people see the title, they see the strength, people see leadership, but people really don't see the inside. That's a shell, right? And
Yes,
so we wear the face. We wear the face, we wear the armor,
yes, we
but
do.
it's the pressure, it's the responsibility, it's the emotional weight that you're constant pouring into everybody else. So today, this hump day, we wanted to create a space to pour back into you, not
Yes,
just professionally, but personally too, because we try to keep it two separate things, but this is our life. This is what
yes,
we do, you know, because people that are leading everyone, we deserve a place to be heard. We deserve to have someone
right.
pour to us as well too. It's very important that we stay united as one.
Yeah,
And it's all about being united, being a united front. That's where we are. That's where we are. It's all of those things that we don't normally see or do.
definitely, definitely. And John, thank you so much for opening up in such a great, powerful way, just connecting us and just resetting us. Here at Elite, we really, really try to just stop. Everything can be moving so fast and really make sure that we get back to our why. And so
Yes.
if you're tuning in now, I just want to kind of reset the room. Please like, comment, and share,
Please
subscribe.
share.
Definitely. But this time we set aside to really, really pour into leaders and get on and just encourage. So if you're watching a video live or if you're watching a video as a replay, this is for you. I want to take a moment, John, as before we kind of get going into this live segment, is just to really, every time I have the opportunity, I always like to train, right? It's what I do, who I am, and so
You are a trainer at heart.
I never like to miss moments where I um, give some teaching tips and some ways to really empower. And so I have 5 things directors carry that nobody talks about. And so I just kind of want to start with that. As directors, as leaders, 5 things I'm going to say leaders carry that no one talk about. The first one is just the emotional exhaustion, just being emotionally depleted,
Yes.
emotionally exhausted from really carrying just the load of everyone's else reasons. People will come to
Yes.
you with different, I like to call it reasons and not excuses, because some people really come to you legitimately with reasons. And because you've heard so many excuses, when they have a legitimate reason, you hear excuse. So it's sometimes emotion can be emotionally exhausting trying to be there for everyone, the entire
Everybody.
team, every
Everybody.
parent, every
Yes.
child, then your own personal family, your children. And so that's one thing that no one really talks about, that leaders and directors carry, feeling isolated in leadership. How
Ooh.
many times you said, I'm the only one going through
I'm the
this?
only one who cares.
I'm the only one who cares. I have to now overcompensate, be superwoman, pretend like I know everything, because when you get in this place, it's really isolating. And so
Yes.
sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. What about decision fatigue? Woo, I'm just tired of making decisions.
I
You
don't
know,
want
this,
to process it no more.
I would get home and I wouldn't want to say what I was cooking. I'm like, y'all tell me what to do. I've been bossing all day long, right? I've been, listen, if you just tell me what to do, I will do it.
I will do it. And that's exactly what
I
I do
am
with my
in
kids. Yeah.
decision fatigue. It's when you are making decisions
Yes.
all day. This is something that as leaders we carry, right? The pressure to always have it together.
Wearing the face.
Ooh.
You got to wear the face, wear the smile, wear the body, wear the armor
Mm-hmm.
in every situation because we have an open
We
door,
carrying
right?
it. We're
And so we
carrying
have
it.
to be ready and be prepared. We always
Right.
have to be prepared for whatever comes to our door because whether we're ready or not, we have to have it. We have to have it together.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pressure, and so I want to help give some tips about that because you know it can be exhausting sometimes just putting on every day, and so
Yes,
losing themselves while helping everyone
just
else.
done.
Just getting there, getting out of your car, getting to work, and from the time you're there to the time you leave, you are doing something for everyone throughout the day, trying to make
Everyone
sure everyone
else.
is happy, trying to make sure everything is together. And
Mhm.
that's why we wanted to stop and really, really pour today and talk to the people, the leaders who's responsible for pouring into others and don't have anyone to pour into them. And so that's what
Right.
we try to pride ourselves on here at Elite. So just resetting and thinking about, if that resonated with you and those five things, and you saw
Mhm.
yourself being that person, like I said, I saw myself in decision fatigue. We want to really just connect with you in a way to give you the strategies to move forward.
Yes. And the thing about it too, combined between myself and Miss Petaway, you're looking at right at 50 years of experience as being
Yeah,
leaders. And
yeah.
so when we say we've processed it all, we've looked at each other and talked about it and came back. And she's like, John Caldwell, Miss Petaway, we bounce things off because it's
Yeah.
forever changing as we go out as trainers, listening to the concerns of the leaders in the center, the support team in the centers. We hear it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you're on the south side or the north side, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, it doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Nationwide.
Right. And it's that why. And so the thing about it is that's why we're here, because it's time for us to pour back into ourselves, pick
Yeah.
ourselves up, and lead with confidence so we don't have to be emotionally exhausted. You just have
Woo.
enough to give them, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go on to something else. Right. So we have to
Yeah.
start putting those things in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it's just one of those things that, and as we were talking about going live today, because it is an emotional thing for us, because this is personal for us,
Yeah.
because as we said, we know it, we've lived it, we're still living it as well too. But we wanted to give the leaders three things that can help you protect your peace. Right. If we
Woo.
start with these three things, then we can start building on those things, because we teach a thing called scaffolding, right? We're going to give a little bit at a time. And with that
Yes.
scaffolding, you're giving a little bit at a time, but we have to make sure that we protect our peace. We have to put intentional things in place for us to know that this is enough. I've had enough for today. And so tip number one is stop carrying every emergency alone. And
Woo.
remember, everything doesn't have to sit on your shoulder. And just because it's an emergency for someone else doesn't make it your emergency. We have to put things in place where they align. If you have to start making you some checklists, putting things in place like I don't have the mental capacity right now to deal with your emergency, and then being okay with it.
Right.
It's okay not to want to take on someone else's emergency.
Mm.
And what does that look like? What does that look like right now? That means that right now, when I have my next staff meeting, we're going to talk about that. You're
Right.
going to tell your team, because in order for this to be successful, your team has to know where you're coming from. We talk about it, telling them the why, right? We talk about the why all the time, and this is the why. Why can I not carry your emergencies anymore? Because we're going to be self thinkers. We're going to be problem solvers here. I am building other leaders,
Yes.
right? When you're building other leaders, you're going to pour into them the things that you've already dealt with that you don't want to come across anymore. So remember, you cannot carry everyone else's emergency, because when it's time for yours, what do you get, Miss Petaway? When it's time for your emergency, you get nothing. Nobody is there, right? Then what we're creating right now is a leadership community. Find someone that you can, that's going through the exact same thing. So what does that look like? That means that we need to start talking to our other centers, right?
Right.
Because it, again, even though that's your competition is still dealing with the exact same issues that you are daily. It may be on a different level, but an emergency is an emergency. Someone
Yeah.
else's problem is somebody else's problem. It's the exact same thing. And
Yeah.
so find that leadership community in your area. And so
Yeah.
elite is going to be coming around to some of those areas too at some point, right, Miss Petaway?
Yes, we
We
will.
have things that we're just trying to put into place to help other leaders be great, be successful. And then one of the most important things is, and I had to learn this, is to make sure that you pour back into yourself intentionally. Make sure you have an intentional moment for me, for John. This is my time. Whether it's getting up, going outside, sitting in my car, whether it's just going to walk around the office building, you
Yeah.
cannot continuously pour from an empty cup and expect excellence in the long term. That's all a temporary fix, and we have to move beyond temporary to putting something permanent in place.
Yeah.
You have to
I
remember,
agree.
when you intentionally do things, right?
Yeah.
You're
I,
intentionally
I,
doing it.
I want to jump in for a second because even
Okay.
while you were talking, and you said we cannot pour from an empty cup. I want to interject with that because I've learned also we can't pour from a broken cup
Ooh, with that crack in it.
and with a crack in it. And sometimes our cup isn't empty as leaders. Sometimes it's cracked, it's broken, it's pieced together with all of the things that is not going to make it whole. And we just what happens is what it looks like is when you have a broken cup, it's still dripping water. It still leaks.
Ooh,
So it's a
yes.
slow leak. And so you may not notice it how exhausted you are. You may not notice how fatigued or how irritable. It slowly happens to you. And so I want to reshape our leaders that's listening. You're thinking that, you know, what you're saying, Mr. John, is true. We can't pour from that empty cup. We have to support ourselves. We have to get into communities where we can pour into ourselves.
Yes.
Also, you may feel like that doesn't apply to you because your cup is just, it's a slow leak. You feel like I'm
Yeah.
surviving.
Right.
um I have it, together, but every single day you're a firefighter. You're putting out little
Yes.
fires. Or move over here and do this. Then you're going move over here and do that. You can't really get a task done. But at the end of the day, you've got certain things, and so you feel accomplished, but it was rushed. It was tomorrow you have to clean a lot up. That's pouring from a broken
Yes.
cup. And
Yes.
so this is one of the reasons why here we've decided to create a leadership circle.
Mm,
And it's not just a training,
right.
it's not a stressful obligation, it's not a thing on a calendar. It's a place where leaders can connect, where they can grow, they can recharge, they can learn, they can laugh, they can feel and be supported. And so um,
Flow.
a place where leadership really it doesn't feel lonely because you have some a group of people to support you. And that's really the heart of what we want to do here at Elite, is create that community. And that can look like so many different things. That can look like just going to dinner,
Right.
right?
Right.
Just having a night where we go to dinner, we laugh, we share, and that could look like a book club. You know, we came to
Exactly.
study reading and really just going through a book together that really resonate with all of us, and we're all growing together. So, you know, it looks like so many things. As me and John was sitting and preparing, writing down what we really want the leadership circle to be, John was mentioning retreats.
Right, exactly. Because we have to get into that place where we can go and just say, "Whoo, have you been? Have you had a time when? Have you had?" Because you have light conversations, you have light things, and then we give tricks and trades and tools. Well, what did you do when you dealt with that situation when that irate parent came to that door, cussing at you, pointing their finger at you, and you still had to smile? How did you process that?
Hmm.
Because it's easy for us to say, "Well, I put them out," but that's not the fix, right?
Right.
We're talking about fixes. We're talking about being in a relaxed place where I could just sit back and just come. Hey guys, what y'all doing today? Because this is a community where you can just text me. We can chat,
Right.
right? We have our own little group where we can put our own conversations in there. Then when we're face to face, we can still just be there as one. Kumbaya, kumbaya, happy place, happy place, happy place, happy place. And what does that look like? We create that. We create that
We
as a
create
group,
that.
right?
Yes.
We don't have
Yeah.
any rules and guidelines. This is our space.
Yeah, you're right. And so, um, just to kind of bring this all together, if you've been looking for a group, if you've been looking for a community of people, if you've been craving connection, right? If you just feel like I need a support, I want more support, in someone to discuss things. Just what's everyone else's? Am I on this island by myself of what
Yes,
I'm dealing with? This is your invitation. This is the leadership circle. This is not a program that is paid and you have to get a membership. It's literally joining a circle, and whenever we meet up, whenever we organize, you come in with your smile, with your positivity, and sharing.
absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
can be, we're going to meet in Austin, Dallas, throughout
Yes,
Texas, throughout the US, to be quite honest.
absolutely.
Even sometimes it's going to be virtual. And so, if you look in the caption, you'll be able to click the link to learn more about the leadership circle and where we're going to be hanging out next. Right. And
Yes.
so, feel free to contact us. But I just really wanted to get on, John and I, and really connect with you all, and share those tips,
Yes.
share what we're doing, and make sure that you are a part of it. Because we
Of
iron
this
sharpens
leadership.
iron. We grow
There you go.
together.
Yes.
Everyone, I don't know everything. I am a lifelong learner. We are lifelong learners, and so
Absolutely.
this is what is needed for next level thinking, for growth,
Yes.
and
It's time
it's
for a
positive.
change.
It's
It's time
positive
for a
leadership.
change, right? It's
Yeah,
time to invest
definitely.
in yourself. It's time to invest in yourself at no cost.
Yeah,
It's time to get the support you need to find yourself again, to regroup. And then when you're walking in, you're not just wearing the face, you are embodying a new
yeah,
spirit because we're intentionally poured into ourselves now. And
right,
that way we
right.
know when we intentionally do things that we see the results of
Yes,
all of our actions. And that's the thing. So it's time to join the circle.
yeah.
Join
It's
this
time.
leadership circle.
So
It's no
check us
better
out. It's no better time, no better time. So check us out on our website, eliteresultsnow.com/ leadership circle. And you can find out more about when is our next hangout, where we're going to meet up, where we're going out to eat, and just RSVP, get the information and come.
yes.
Come get ready to give, but also come get ready to get. And so,
And laugh.
until then, and listen, and laugh till your stomach hurt. 'Cause that's what we spend a lot of time with the funnies and the
Yes,
sillies. And
yes, yes,
so thank
yes.
you all so much for tuning
Thank
in
you.
our live. Feel free to comment even later on if you're watching this video and you have a question. Feel free. and we will definitely respond. You all have a
Yes, ma'am.
wonderful, wonderful day
Yes,
and a pleasant afternoon. Thank
absolutely. Thank
you.
you. You have a great one. Bye bye.